Greetings! We were just working on the outline for the next videos about the design and building of my tour bike when it occurred to me that my toolkit is probably worthy of a video of its own. There's going to be a lot of times when I'm a long way from any kind of help, and unlike the toolkit on my touring bike, the one on this needs to keep me, needs to keep me pretty self-sufficient. So let's take a look at how I get to stuff, and then we'll look at the stuff in there. So here's the toolkit on the touring bike, and it's totally waterproof with a couple of twists of this. And to get to the tools, I just open it up and then I can pull everything out. But let me move inside to show you what's in there. We're back in the workshop. Here we go. In the last video, I mentioned that I had one of my Apple tags on the bike pretty well hidden so that if somebody walked off with my bike, I could easily track them down. That's where it's hidden. I think that's pretty out of sight where nobody's going to see it. It's underneath the toolkit. And the toolkit, oh, cool. The heaviest thing just popped out. Let's zoom in a bit. This is a Leatherman multi-tool. It's very heavy, but I think it's worth it. I'm not sure whether I'm going to take this case or not, but it doesn't weigh much. The reason that this one is so useful to me is that it's a Leatherman Surge, if you want the exact model. Oh, of course, as always, there'll be links to everything in the description down below. Anyway, this Leatherman Surge has lots of stuff that I won't otherwise have with me in the toolkit, such as a really burly pair of pliers. That's nice to have. This is also home, get the pliers out of the way, okay, to the biggest knife that I'll have with me on the trip, which I can use for everything from eating and other things around camp. It's always good to have a nice knife with a good safety so it won't accidentally flip shut. It's got screwdrivers and that sort of stuff which I probably won't use. A small saw, might use that. Another knife. This is the best pair of scissors that I'll have. Well, second best pair of scissors that I'll have with me. So anyway, this thing's heavy, but it's a good multi-tool. That's my Leatherman. Okay, what's next? This is my miscellaneous bag. We'll get to that last, I think. Next out of here, okay. I'm going to be running tubeless tires. You're going to hear a lot more about those tires because, believe it or not, my tires are really interesting. This is a tool for patching them if they get big holes in them. I can pull one of these things through the hole, and with the sealant, that will effectively seal the hole. So this Pro Bike tool, again, links down below, but this is a kit for patching my tubeless tires as necessary. Wipes. I'll be using wipes in my tent every night to kind of freshen up. Also, if I have to do anything with my chain or something like that where I get dirty, it's good to have some kind of wipes in the toolkit. I'll try to make sure that all of my wipes are completely scent-free so they're not attracting rats, raccoons, possums, bears, whatever. I guess not possums, but anyway. This is a tube for my tires, just in case I have to go to a tube. I may actually be carrying 2 of these with me when I'm really into the backcountry, but that's a tube for emergencies with the tires. This is very cool. This is a Silka torque wrench set, believe it or not. Really cool the way this thing goes together. See if I can remember how to do it now. Okay. This goes here. This goes here. And now, this is a ratchet driver, that will use any of these bits, I guess you would call them, for all sorts of different applications all over the bike. I may strip out the ones that I will not need on the bike just to save 1/4 of an ounce, but I may not. Anyway, I will certainly have them for everything that is on the bike. And with one of these in here, you can then torque down whatever it is to exactly the specifications of the part. So for instance, this is where that seat post goes that I pulled off to show you the toolkit. And right here, it says 9 Newton meters. That's the amount of torque that I should apply to this bolt when I'm tightening it up. And just about every other bolt on the bike has a specification as to how much torque I should use when tightening it up so it doesn't come loose and so I don't damage anything. Where I don't have something printed on the part like it is here, I will make notes so I know before I leave how much I should tighten everything down. So that's my Silka torque wrench set. Love that little thing. This says tools, and it's got miscellaneous things like an extra cleat for my shoes, a spoke wrench for tightening my spokes. This tool is for removing the stems out of my tires, and I have extra tire stems in case they get clogged with sealant or something like that. This is called a chain breaker. It's a tool that will allow me to take a link out of my chain or put my chain back together or in whatever way replace my chain. And this is the guy that torques it down tight enough. Where's that go? Over here. There we go. To be able to remove a link or replace a link in my chain. There we go. And if I need a whole stem for a tire, that's what this is. An Allen wrench for applying leverage here or any place else that I might need leverage. And also this fits something on my bike. I can't remember what. A cap for a stem on the tires in case I need that. An extra nut, washer, and bolt that fits most of the things attached to my frame in case I lose something. Another valve replacement for the tires. This is just a thing that holds ropes tight on my various sorts of bags on the bike. And that can all go back in here. And the reason it's got cotton is so it doesn't ravel on the bike. Okay, that's everything out of the bag, but there's all kinds of goodies in here. This is an extra battery for the derailleur on my bike, the thing that shifts the gears. Each of those should be good for about a week. Another extra battery for when I'm in the backcountry. Now I'm good for at least a month. This is a pair of gloves, latex gloves for when I'm working on greasy stuff, that sort of stuff. Don't want to get my hands all funky. That doesn't weigh anything. I have no idea what I might need cable ties for, but you never know when you're going to need cable ties. They're good for so much. So miscellaneous cable ties. This is an inflator that will blow up my tires. Let's see if I can find, here we go. It attaches to one of these CO2 cartridges, and then I open this valve and it will inflate a tire, so I don't have to use my hand pump every time I want to blow up a tire. This is pretty much just for emergency use, but that's a way to quickly inflate one of my tires. This is a patch kit in case I need to patch an inner tube. That's really getting desperate. Or if I want to put a patch on the inside of one of my tires when I'm working on them. This is a pair of tire levers. This is what you use for getting the tire off of the rim. It takes two of these. You work your way around and the tire comes off the rim for maintenance or repair. A cigarette lighter for various purposes. Yay. And wrapped in duct tape, because you never know when you're going to use duct tape. And there's quite a bit wrapped on that cigarette lighter. And finally, this is so cool. This is a tool by Wolf Tooth that's used for taking apart and reapplying a chain link. And there's a couple of spare chain links in here in case I need to repair my chain on the way. This will pull apart or hold apart my chain, and then that allows it to go together, to crunch it together, whatever. That's my Wolf Tooth chain tool. And that's it for all the tools I'll be carrying on the ride. That's it for the toolkit. Next video, we'll talk about how I spent a year plus designing and building this bike. I know that seems like a long time, but it's a unique beast. I'd never done it before, and I was dealing with some supply chain problems, especially in the first few months, as I was ordering parts from Japan, England, Germany, and all over the US. It's taken a long time to build this guy. And we'll get into that in the next video. Please like and subscribe if you find this interesting and want to see more. Post any comments you might have below. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.